The story of wealth in the United States is often told through the lens of flashy cars and glass skyscrapers. But there is a second, more silent story being written. It is the story of the shadow millionaire. This is the individual who sits next to you in a coffee shop, wearing a plain T-shirt and driving a 10-year-old vehicle, yet possesses a bank account that could fund a small village. In a country where the average household earns $75,000 a year while drowning in debt, the shadow millionaire has mastered a secret language. Today, on Budget Boss, we are going to decode that language. We are moving beyond the surface level advice of saving pennies and entering the world of high-stakes financial architecture. If you want to understand how the quietest people in the room are often the wealthiest, you must listen to every word of this journey. Our story begins with the realization that the American dream has been redesigned into a trap of perpetual consumption. From the moment you wake up, every notification on your phone and every billboard on the street is a sophisticated attempt to harvest your capital. Most people fall into the cycle of earning to spend, believing that a higher salary is the solution to their stress. However, the shadow millionaire understands that income is not wealth. Income is merely the raw material used to build wealth. They view their primary salary as a seed, not a harvest, while the majority of the population is busy upgrading their lifestyles to match their raises. The true architect of wealth keeps their expenses locked in a basement, while their income climbs the stairs. This is the first law of the budget boss. You must become a stranger to your own consumer impulses. Consider the psychological phenomenon of the convenience tax. In the United States, we have traded our financial freedom for the illusion of saved time. We pay a 30% premium to have groceries delivered, another 20% for prepared meals, and a staggering amount in daily subscriptions that we do not even remember signing up for. The shadow millionaire looks at these small leaks as a sinking ship. They understand that a $5 convenience fee today is not just $5, is the loss of $50 of future growth over a decade. By auditing every single dollar that leaves their pocket, they reclaim control over their destiny. They are not being cheap, they are being strategic. They understand that every dollar saved today is a soldier that will fight for their freedom tomorrow. The next chapter of this journey involves the acquisition of high-income skills that the traditional education system refuses to teach. In the modern economy, your value is determined by the difficulty of the problems you can solve. While most people are satisfied with a steady paycheck in a replaceable role, the shadow millionaire spends their nights mastering the invisible arts of the 21st century. They dive deep into artificial intelligence implementation, high-level negotiation, and digital asset management. These are skills that the market rewards with salaries ranging from $150,000 to $300,000 per year. By becoming a specialist, they ensure that they are never at the mercy of a single employer. They do not just hunt for jobs. They build a personal brand that attracts opportunities while they sleep. Once the income is secured, the shadow millionaire moves into the phase of aggressive asset accumulation. They look past the volatile hype of social media trends and focus on assets with real-world utility. They are currently moving into fractional commercial real estate and micro software as a service companies. Imagine owning a small percentage of a warehouse that stores goods for the largest retailers in the world, or owning a piece of a software tool that thousands of businesses use daily. These assets provide a consistent stream of monthly dividends that are independent of their personal labor. They have moved away from the outdated index fund and chill philosophy, which is often too slow to beat modern inflation. Instead, they build a diversified fortress that produces cash flow in every economic climate. A critical, yet often ignored, part of this story is the mastery of the United States tax code. The average professional works from January until April, just to pay their tax obligations to the government. The shadow millionaire, however, views the tax code as a playbook for growth. By operating through limited liability companies and S-corporations, they are able to convert ordinary life expenses into legitimate business deductions. They utilize legal strategies such as depreciation on real estate and tax loss harvesting in their portfolios to keep their taxable income as low as possible while their net worth continues to skyrocket. They understand that it is not about how much you earn, but how much you are legally allowed to keep. This knowledge alone can save an individual hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of their career. We must also address the dangerous lure of social media comparison, which acts as a poison to wealth. In the United States, we are living through an epidemic of looking rich while being functionally broke. The shadow millionaire finds amusement in this irony. They know that the person posting photos of a leased Italian sports car is likely one missed paycheck away from total ruin. True wealth is silent, while poverty is often loud and desperate for attention. By disconnecting their self-worth from their possessions, the shadow millionaire gains the ultimate psychological advantage. They are not trying to win a popularity contest. They are trying to win the game of freedom. They understand that true status is the ability to wake up and decide exactly how to spend 24 hours of their own time. The journey continues with the implementation of the 1% rule for decision-making. For every significant financial move, the shadow millionaire asks if this purchase or investment will bring them 1% closer to their ultimate goal of total sovereignty. If the answer is no, the capital is redirected back into a growth asset. This level of hyper-focus is what separates the top 1% from the rest of the world. They do not make emotional decisions based on a bad day at work or a desire for temporary dopamine. Every move is calculated, every risk is measured, and every dollar is tracked. This is the discipline required to break the chains of the middle-class trap and move into the realm of true financial power. As we reach the final stages of the blueprint, we see the power of compound interest in its most aggressive form. The shadow millionaire does not just compound their money, they compound their knowledge and their network. They surround themselves with other high-performing individuals who challenge their thinking and provide access to private investment deals that never reach the public eye. They understand that your net worth is often a direct reflection of your network. By constantly elevating their environment, they ensure that their growth never plateaus. They are perpetual students of the economy, always looking for the next shift in the market before the general public even realizes a change is coming. The ultimate goal of the shadow millionaire is not to accumulate a mountain of gold just to sit on it. The goal is the total reclamation of their time. Time is the only non-renewable resource we have. By building a massive gap between their income and their expenses, and by funneling that gap into high-yield assets, they eventually reach a tipping point. This is the moment where their assets earn more in a single day than they used to earn in a month of hard labor. This is the moment of true sovereignty. They can now choose to work on projects that matter, spend time with their families, and contribute to their communities without the crushing weight of financial survival hanging over their heads. In conclusion, the path to becoming a budget boss is not a path of luck, but a path of extreme ownership and relentless execution. The world will try to pull you back into the cycle of debt and consumption, but you must remain steadfast. You have been given the blueprint of the shadow millionaire. You understand the tax strategies, the high income skill requirements, and the psychological needed to win. The question that remains is whether you will be a spectator of this story or the author of your own. Subscribe to Budget Boss to continue your education and join a tribe of individuals who are taking their freedom back. I am Budget Boss, and I will see you at the top of the mountain.